You're listening to The Drive-Thru with Raj, and we have, as usual at this time of year, our special guests, artists that are going to be performing at the MerleFest coming up here in the next little bit. I got Jonathan Byrd from Jonathan Byrd and the Pickup Cowboys on the line right now. Hi, Mr. Byrd. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
You're playing at MerleFest this year, and you're going to be playing on Sunday, I believe. Am I correct?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We've been wanting to play MerleFest for years, and it's of course an honor.
And you get to play two of the really cool stages. You get to play the hillside stage. Have you ever been to MerleFest before?
I went to MerleFest maybe like 15 years ago or something.
Okay, so at least you have.
It's a lot bigger now than it was. For
yeah.
Sure.
Well, the hillside stage and the Americana stage are very cool places to perform. They're the hillside stage is where they always the Waybacks do their thing, and they do their the album side concert where they cover an entire album. It's really cool. So this is the first time you've played at MerleFest. Obviously, how did you get the gig? Did you just submit a recording, or did they call you? What happened?
Oh yeah, I just keep bugging them for a few years, and everybody wants to play MerleFest.
Yeah.
So in this business, you try not to take things personally. You just keep putting your best thing out there, and eventually you meet the right people, and things happen.
Yeah.
And so Steve came out to our a showcase at IBMA. I actually had us for a showcase at IBMA, and then we met, and it took a couple of years, even after we met the director, for it to happen.
Well, it helps you're kind of like a home state guy, right? I mean, you're from North Carolina.
I am from North Carolina. I really only play there maybe once or twice a year because I travel so much. Like right now, I'm in British Columbia. I'm in Kamloops.
Yeah.
British Columbia just played a show here last night. We're playing Edmonton tomorrow night. Woodminster, going out through Alberta. And I go to Europe, and I go to Texas a lot, in the Pacific Northwest. So I play at home maybe once or twice a year.
And I'll bet you that's a big homecoming every time it happens.
Oh, it's great. Well, we play a really great place in Carver, a legendary place called the Cat's Cradle that I'm sure you're probably aware of.
Yeah.
And we just fill it up every time, and the fans are awesome.
Now, you mentioned you're in Canada. I was going to bring that up because that's just amazing to me. It's you're kind of going across the top of the continent there on this tour, this leg of the tour. Am I correct?
That's right. We drove up to Winnipeg and picked up my friend Corin Raymond, who's a really great songwriter from Toronto, and bass player Brian Kobayakawa. So we picked them up, and then we started driving west, and we drove all the way out to the islands. We were on Hornby Island and Vancouver Island and Duncan and Victoria, and now we're working our way back east.
Yeah. The small amount of time I've been in Canada, it makes me very jealous. You must be seeing some amazing scenery right now.
Well, it's been beautiful, and it's been just an amazing trip through the seasons. I mean, we played up in Cochenour, Ontario, which is as far north as you can drive. It's about 28 hours in the car north of Toronto.
Woo!
And they're still driving across the lake up there,
Oh, yeah.
So you pick up and drive across the lake.
Yeah.
And then, out here in Kamloops and out in Victoria, all the cherries are blooming and the crab apples and butterflies, and, it's gorgeous.
Now, when you start heading from Canada down to MerleFest, you've given yourself a good stretch of a few days to get there. Do you have a plan for that open set of dates, or are you just going to get somewhere and camp out for a bit?
We're going to drive a lot. We're going to drive. Actually, from Winnipeg, we do 2 days. We'll drive from Winnipeg to Chicago, and then from Chicago we'll drive home. And we drove because we knew we were going to pick up these two guys. You got to have a vehicle. It's this whole tour logistics thing. But it's great. I mean, we love it, and the drive is great. And Johnny Waken is my side guy. He plays a bunch of different stuff. He's a great guitar player and really great entertainer, but also he has a lot of outdoor skills. So it is fun. We camp, and we get somewhere, and it's like you're camping with Gandalf. It's like all of a sudden the fire's lit, the hammock's up, everything's done, and it's pretty amazing.
It's good to have a guy like that on the team,
It is, and God, you got to see him on stage. He's such an entertainer.
And he plays the saw, right?
He does. He plays the musical saw.
I just love that. That's one of my favorite things about him.
It is musical in his hands.
It is. Whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. You put it in his hands, he makes music out of it. Well,
It's true.
you're playing. I mean, go ahead and let everyone know exactly what's going to happen in MerleFest 2016. You're playing at the Hillside Stage on Sunday at 10 a.m. For one set, and then you're going to the Americana Stage to play 12:45. And
That's right.
if anybody's headed out to MerleFest, you can check them out at either one. I'm assuming you'll have. Do you get to have a merch table out there, or what happens with that?
We turn in the merch to, I guess, wherever the merch tent situation is, and they handle it.
Oh, okay, yeah, they have
we'll
a great
stuff there. I have my new CD, which I made in Denmark. It's called Mother Tongue, and I'll have that there. And Cackalack, which is all North Carolina stories, I'll have that album there. We'll have a few albums there.
Yeah.
And the show is going to be a mixture of all that stuff. We like to make a show like a Swiss Army knife. Like if you were lost in the wilderness and all you had was this show, you'd have what you need. You have, we're going to sing you some, like a literary ballad where a couple people die. We're going to have you singing along with something. We'll make you laugh. We'll make you cry. We'll have you standing up, stomping your feet. We try to just give you everything.
And if you need to set up a campsite, you have Gandalf. So it's all you got all the bases covered.
Gandalf.
Well, since you said you had a new album, some reason I didn't. I haven't picked up on that. So that makes your 9th album, doesn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't been released in the States. It's an import. We released it in Europe, and I just brought a bunch back with me, but we never did an official release here. Cool. So if we see it at MerleFest, I'll get you a copy for the station. Awesome.
And that means that you're just one album away from the great milestone of 10 albums. That's exciting. That's cool to do. Not many people get that far.
Well, I just keep going. I can't help myself. I keep writing songs. I got to do something with them.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to stop once you get going, right?
Yeah, otherwise you're just laying around the house, eating your food. You got to get them employed.
Exactly. Well, why don't you go ahead and kind of do the spiel, let everybody know how to get a hold of you, and I'll let you on your beautiful Canadian way.
Yeah, sure. So it's JonathanByrd.com. That's Byrd with a Y. Or on Facebook, if you look up Jonathan Byrd with the Y, you'll find me. I got a straw hat on. And, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff.
All right. Well,
when I'm on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Jonathan Byrd. I really appreciate you taking the time and making the drive-through better than it otherwise would have been.
Thanks so much, Roger.
And we'll see you at MerleFest. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
You're listening to The Drive-Through with Raj.